Starting in the 18th spot, outside of row number 9. It's going to be the number 19 of Jordan Missing. Watch for him to move his way forward as well. Very quick on the opening lap. A qualifying spun on lap number 2, backed it into the wall. But that opening lap, if he paired it up with something even close, he would have been top 3, maybe pole. So Missing's got a lot of speed in that Pabst Racing machine. Alongside him, starting in the 17th spot from J. Howard Driver Development, it's Reese Ushijima in the number 6. Row number 8 now on the outside, the young lady out of California, the number 93 of Lindsay Brewer in the C4 Smart Energy exclusive Autosport machine. She's been finding speed all week long, and look for Lindsay to get in there and have a good run. Alongside her teammate Yuvan Sundaramurthy, who picked up a bunch of speed in the exclusive Autosport S-Team car in practice earlier today. I think Sundaramurthy's got a car that can drive it into the top 10. Row number 7, we'll have Bajoy Garg on the outside in the number 7 for D-Force Racing. And on the inside, it's been a great weekend for the driver out of Brazil, the Neotech Motorsport number 81, Nicolas Monteiro, starting in 13th. Row number 6, we'll see the Mexican Ricardo Escoto, a winner on the road course at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway just a couple of weeks ago. The J. Howard Driver Development driver in the number 4, starting 12th. And on the inside, a former USF 2000 champion, Kiko Porto, out of Brazil, and the number 12 for D-Force Racing, starting in 11th. We'll go now into the top 10 on the outside from Avon, Indiana. Local boy, folks, for Turn 3 Motorsports. The 47 is Jackson Lee. Jackson Lee, starting 10th. Inside of that row, from Illinois for TJ Speed in the number 32, it's Christian Weir. Weir and Lee on row number 5. All the way from Ireland on the outside of row number 4 for Turn 3 Motorsports, Jonathan Brown in the number 2. And we already saw one USF Pro Championship scholarship winner win today. Will we see another? He's won the last 2 USF 2000 races. Can Michael D'Orlando to Hartsdale, New York, go 3 for 3? The number 1 for Turn 3 Motorsports, starting in 7th. Row number 3 now on the outside, Jace Denmark out of Scottsdale, Arizona, one of the championship contenders last year in USF 2000. He'll start 6th, the number 20 for Pabst Racing. Alongside his Pabst Racing teammate, flying those Force Indy colors, Miles Rowe out of Brooklyn, New York in the number 99, your point leader coming into the weekend. It'll be Rowe and Denmark on row 3. Up to row number 2, definitely international, Italy and Mexico. On the outside, Francesco Pizzi in the number 55 for TJ Speed. And on the inside from Mexico, Salvador de Alba for exclusive Autosport, starting in 3rd. 18 drivers in the field, 2 on the front row. It's been a Swedish invasion, folks, in the NTT IndyCar Series. Marcus Ericsson, Felix Rosenqvist. Will Joel Grandforce be the next driver to work his way into IndyCar? He'll start on the outside of the front row, the Swede in the number 92 for exclusive Autosport. But if you want a local winner, here's where you got to start. On the pole position for the Freedom 90 out of Carmel, Indiana in the Patterson Dental, number 40 Miller Vinatieri Motorsports machine, Jack William Miller starting on the pole. Miller and Grandforce on row 1, De Alba and Pizzi row 2, Rowe and Denmark row 3, D'Orlando and Brown row 4, Weir and Lee row 5, Porto and Escoto on row 6, Monteiro Garg row 7, Sundaramurthy and Brewer row 8, Ushijima and Missig on row number 9. A number of drivers I think have the potential pace to come from deeper in the field to make things exciting, very similar to what we just saw out of USF 2000, a bigger field, add a couple more drivers. We'll stack things up. They're quicker, more downforce, 80 more horsepower, as I said. They carry so much speed into the corners. You're not breaking into these corners. You're literally lifting, letting the car take a set and rolling back onto the throttle. You have to trust the car. You have to trust the downforce. And you got to take care of the tires. So much more horsepower. We've talked about. You look at some of the races from years past, drivers will start to lose the rear tires. They'll punish them trying to run the low line. You've got to be smart with the tires. It is a tire management race to a certain extent if you're aggressive running the bottom line. 18 gorgeous Tatis race cars for you. The IP22. Same basic carbon monocoque tub as the USF 2000 car, but as I say, the differences are simply more of everything. More tire, more downforce, more horsepower, more braking capability. Now this track, they are going to hustle it around. Again, lots of storylines to follow here, as we know. Miles Rowe comes in with the point lead, 39 points ahead. That's more than a full race in terms of points. The most points you can get on a road course race is 33. 30 for the win, 1 for pole, 1 for leading the most laps, and 1 for fastest lap of the race. This race, though, 1.5 points. That's the key. 45 points for the win. So this thing could be blown wide open. Engines firing down on pit lane. Over 4,000 horsepower rolling off pit lane. Drivers trying to build a little heat in the tires. Again, those opening laps, they're going to get 2 warm-up laps, and we're going to let them loose. They'll get this 1 warm-up lap around. They'll try to get these heat built into the tires. Again, look for Jordan Missing from deep in the field. He put a smoking first lap in the books in qualifying and just lost the rear end of the car coming through 3 and 4. I think he may have been on a flyer that could have put him at least in the top 2 rows. Instead, he'll start at the tail of the field. I think he'll be a driver to watch quickly. Jordan seems to have a good feel for this 5/8 mile oval. But Jack William Miller, the pressure of Indiana on him right now. He needs that win. He has not yet won in USF Pro Championship competition. Did his time in USF 2000, came so close. There's been podiums, but he hasn't got that victory yet. Would this be the day for Jack William Miller? But I'll tell you, Joel Grandforce coming off a victory in Indianapolis as well. Remember, that car won last year with Louis Foster, Exclusive Autosport, and John Hayes, their engineer, have a great hot rod. Pace car has gone in. See if the field can get up to position. I don't know that we're going to go green this time by because we have so many drivers still coming into position. No, yeah, we are not going green. No green, no green. They were simply too quick up the front, so no green. One more time around. Jack William Miller didn't slow him up enough coming onto the back straightaway. He waited to slow all the way down to near the end. Oh, no, there's contact. De Alba literally just got into the back of Miller. Miller got on the gas. Oh, that was not good. De Alba potential. Wonder if he's got any kind of front wing damage. Because he got on the gas, then Miller jumped on the brakes. I'll see if I can't have a look here because he made big contact. You never know. Is there a gearbox potential issue for Miller? They're finally in position. This is a quick start. Miller looking to go green. This could be an interesting start here, folks. Out of the corner. Freedom 90 is green, green, green. Big moves down into turn number 1. De Alba going to the bottom. He swallows up Grandforce. Big run around the outside for Pizzi. And here comes De Alba. He's going to go to the inside. De Alba's going to try to take the lead, and he does. They're side by side coming through. Cold tires. De Alba goes to the bottom. He's going to get by, book it. He goes to P1. And check out the speed difference of these cars to USF 2000. These cars are booking it. Out of turn number 2 again. De Alba super aggressive on the start. He'll go to P1. Here comes Pizzi. He'll go to the bottom of the racetrack on Miller. Pizzi side by side. They're side by side further back as well. Denmark and Grandforce. Joel Grandforce caught out a little bit by the start, but Salvador De Alba is going to the lead. Miller into second. Pizzi, though, putting a ton of pressure on Jack William Miller. Rocketing down the back straightaway. 90 lapper for you here to cap off this year's Carb Night Classic. Here's this battle here right now for second. Pizzi on the bottom. Jack William Miller on the top. We saw a lot of this already, did we not? Elliot Cox and Max Garcia going at it like this. Pizzi staying on the bottom. Got to watch your tires there if you can't get the job done. Yeah, he's going to potentially tuck back in. That's probably a better idea. Jack William Miller trying to settle back in. He got challenged pretty aggressively by Pizzi. Joel Grandforce settling into the 4th position. Here comes Michael D'Orlando. He's making some moves here. Started in 7th. D'Orlando trying to get by Denmark. He's side by side with Jace Denmark. I think he gets it done. Not quite, not able to cover. And look at this, Denmark going to run around the outside on him. Denmark around the outside. But D'Orlando looks good to the bottom. It's tough though. He's just trying to see if he can't clear him. Oh, they're so close. Oh, wow. Side by side into one. Jace Denmark nicely up top. Making it work. Forward bite. Big wire. Arc around the corner. Easier on the tires. Field streaming through. I talked about Jordan Missing. How about 11th for Jordan Missing already? 8 laps in. I like it when a driver makes me look good because I knew Missing got a good hot rod. He is already really attacking this race. As is D'Orlando trying now to get by Denmark. You know, it's one of those deals when he gets by, you know he's going to be able to start chasing down Grand Force, but just can't seem to clear him. So close. And this is when you're really using your spotter. The spotter's got to say if you're clear or not, and you got to trust your spotter on it. Nick, you're looking in your mirrors for sure, but you're waiting for that spotter to say, hey, yeah, you're clear. You drift that thing out to the wall on the outside of the corners. D'Orlando just not quite there yet. And Denmark doing a great job. Look how close it is. Oh, and this time he comes across. Denmark gonna cross him. Yeah, this will be it. D'Orlando's gonna get a run here. Let's see if Denmark can come back at him. Oh! Do you see the wheel spin coming out? Back of the cars, stepped out on D'Orlando. All the experience he's had at USF 2000 is what allowed him to stay on the racetrack. Pass finally done. Sometimes it takes 1-2 laps to complete the pass. He's now on the top side, got a length on Denmark, and away goes D'Orlando now to try to close in on Grand Force. D'Alba's lead, only 0.7 of a second now. He's not been able to pull away. In fact, last time by, all 3 of the drivers up front turning 21-2s. Oh, that's some good racing further back. They're side by side, the 2 Jay Howard cars. Wow. Side by side. Ricardo Escoto and Reese Usajima. That is 14th and 15th. Right behind them, Bajoy Garg, Lindsey Brewer, Nicholas Monteiro. That is literally 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, right there. Jay Howard drivers running 1-2, or rather nose to tail. Again, 14th, 15th. Both these drivers on the podium. And almost a spin there for Usajima. Trying to work the bottom of the racetrack, and the rear end almost got away, but quick hands able to save that one. As Bajoy Garg there to watch it. Back up front, D'Alba's lead shrinking just a little bit. Miller closing up ever so slightly. "15 laps down. Not even a quarter distance yet. Final race of the night for the Carb Night Classic. Again, shout out to those of you who are tuning in on the USF Pro Championships YouTube channel, or potentially USFPro2000.com, or on the mobile app. Again, an international field here, so we know we have people tuning in from around the world. D'Alba's lead about a half a second. Let's get back to the leaders. Here they are. That's the lead between first and second right now. Salvador D'Alba, he's a veteran driver. Won last year Worldwide Technology Raceway on the oval. I have a feeling he's kind of settling in here right now. Let's see if Jack William Miller does have anything for him. Again, D'Alba's going to start rolling up on some lap traffic in a little bit. Not quite yet. They're actually just rolling down the back straightaway now. The field really closely matched in terms of pace. Oftentimes we'll see leaders, lap cars 15, 16 laps in, but we're already 18. And big gap still to the tail of the field. Salvador D'Alba, driver out of Mexico. The Archangel Red Cola Meccano Z Motors machine. As I said, a veteran. no stranger to oval racing either, even though he's done a lot of Formula Car racing in his career. Also runs in the NASCAR Mexico Series, the NASCAR Super Copa Series down in Mexico, or the Mexican Super Copa and the NASCAR Mexico Series. Finished the race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on Saturday of the road course week and immediately flew home to Mexico to race that night. That event, it got started. It ended up getting rain delayed. He finished it off the next day. So going back and forth between the oval and his Formula Car, both worlds melding here at IRP. Just turned the fast lap of the race as well. Actually, no, his fast lap on lap number 5, 21.077. He was about a tenth quicker than Miller last time by. So right now, De Alba really kind of just maintaining things. And that's the key up front. Hold a gap of a half a second or more. Full second, be a little more comfortable, but then manage your tires, manage the gap. De Alba is your leader. Miller second, Pizzi third, Grand Force in fourth, D'Orlando in fifth. 6th is Denmark, 7th Miles Rowe, 8th Jonathan Brown, 9th Christian Weir, 10th Jordan Missig. Missig to 10th, 18th to 10th. Last time by Missig. We'll watch those laps. We'll see if he's close enough on Weir. He's actually not that far behind Christian Weir, less than a second. But this is the leader again, now to 2. Down that back straightaway. Now they're going to start thinking about closing up on some of the lap cars. Nicholas Monteiro and Lindsey Brewer will be the first to get there, but both those drivers still running very good lap times. De Alba at 21.4, and Brewer and Monteiro. Brewer only just over a half second off of the pace laid down by De Alba. So to start testing, I think Lindsay might have been like about 2 seconds off her first session. She just kept chopping it down. Almost a half a second back. That's it for Lindsey Brewer. That's her there in the C4 Smart Energy machine for Exclusive Autosport. Just an absolutely fantastic young lady, and great to have her in our program. Well-spoken. I've had a chance to actually follow Lindsay's career for many years, running back in the top levels of shifter kart racing, the Superkarts USA program. Stars of Karting program. She's been racing for many years, and we're thrilled to have her in our program, and she just keeps getting better and better. The experience she's getting every race we're at. Same goes for Nicholas Monteiro behind her. The brand new team, Neotech Motorsports. Both these drivers gaining crucial experience here throughout these last couple of days. Of course, all the teams spent some time testing here before the season. There was actually, I believe, a couple of teams tested the Monday after the road course race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but on Thursday, both these drivers getting a ton of laps in. And this is Monteiro going to the bottom. Aggressive move. Lindsay going to try to cross him over. Now Monteiro's going to get the spot. Here comes De Alba now. The key for these drivers, hold your position. Run the line you've been running the entire time. De Alba will get a run. You got to expect Lindsay may give a little bit more room for her teammate De Alba. Salvador getting some air on the wing, a little bit lower on the racetrack. This is definitely going to allow Miller to close up a little bit, because Lindsay's pretty quick still, like I said. And De Alba's going to go to the bottom. He gets by. Jack William Miller now going to try to get by. And this has been a good pass there for De Alba. He stretched things out a bit. In fact, here comes Pizzi. And here comes Grand Force as well. Jack William Miller getting held up a bit here by, not even held up yet. She's still running 2-3 car lengths ahead of Jack William. He'll think about the bottom. Didn't quite time it. Here comes Pizzi. He's more than happy to try to take full advantage of this. Waiting for that pick. He'll go to the bottom. Pizzi's right there as well. Grand Force is going to get to run the top still. Pizzi loses the wing. Miller by. Grand Force now to the top of the racetrack. He's going to see if he can't use his teammate Brewer to get some draft. And he does. But at this point, not going to be able to get the pick done. Brewer doing a great job to run her line. Pizzi rolls up. Here comes to the bottom, Grand Force. Ho-ho! Well done by all three of those drivers. Grand Force now going to work trying to get on the podium. Joel Grand Force, 4th place in the points. Pizzi in 3rd. You go down to De Alba back in the 9th position. This is going to be big for Salvador De Alba and Jack Miller. They're 9th and 10th. Both these drivers potentially looking to benefit as Miles Rowe runs 7th. D'Orlando still P5, but he was a half a second faster than the leader last time by. But again, that's lap traffic. Oh, look at this. Bijoy Garg, Nicholas Monteiro. Miller's going to take advantage. De Alba to the bottom. A ton of lap traffic. Oh, De Alba can't quite get it done there, running the mid part of the racetrack. Miller just gets a big run. They get by Bijoy Garg, I think, at the same time as Monteiro able to get by Garg. Monteiro having a good run here now. He's going to try to get by. So this is an issue for De Alba because he's got Monteiro trying to pass a Scotto. They're still allowed to race. And indeed, Monteiro gets by a Scotto. Scotto pitching down a bit on De Alba. Hold your line. And Pizzi's going around as well. Look at Pizzi to the top side. He's got the diver to the bottom. Oh, Pizzi's going to try to get it. Oh, and he gets picked. So close. Jack Miller. Oh, down the bottom comes Grand Force. He'll go by. Joel Grand Force to the bottom takes full advantage. He gets by Pizzi for P3. Scotto still racing hard. Pizzi sends it into the bottom. He'll check up. So Joel Grand Force goes to 3rd, and in fact, Jack William Miller almost got shuffled back. Pizzi, instead of going to 2nd, ends up going back to 4th. Finally able to get by a Scotto. Huh. Good stuff. 38 laps down. 52 still to go. Lap traffic definitely making things interesting. Pizzi now to the bottom. He's going to try to get back by Grand Force. That's a good scrap. Grand Force will pinch him down, crisscross and go to the bottom of the track. Good line there for Grand Force, who's really learning the techniques of the oval here. De Alba, Miller, all with experience on the ovals. Grand Force and Pizzi know. D'Orlando, as we know, 2-time winner here in USF 2000. P5. He's loving the fact that these drivers are battling, but he's got to get clear of Scotto himself. And Scotto's not making it easy at all. There's D'Orlando there. He finally gets by a Scotto. We'll see what he has with open racetrack and more lap cars. Miles Rowe up into 6th. He was able to get by his teammate Jace Denmark. So Miles Rowe, good job up to P6. He's now trying to work his way by a Scotto. That might actually be Ushijima at this point. Yeah, I struggle to pick up the numbers on these Jay Howard cars. I think that's a 4. Well, for those of you just wondering, I don't have a big screen. Working off a production screen. Maybe 10 by 14. Not as easy to pick it up, especially with these aging eyes. Pizzi not done to try to get back around Grand Force, but man, you sure his spotter's in his head saying, you got a great race car, because he was so close to getting 2nd away from Miller. Just got picked up on top. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. Because De Alba's not pulled away. It's 4/10 of a second. There they are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. De Alba, Miller, Grand Force, Pizzi. And who will be the next driver? Is it Monteiro they still have not got by yet? What a great run here for Nicholas Monteiro. He remains on the lead lap. Monteiro's driven his way up into 15th and is still putting great lap times down. Last time by 21.58. He was faster than Jack William Miller last time by. I'm really happy for the Neotech guys here. They deserve that. They've been working hard to learn this race car. And having a good run here now. Even though he's 15th, he's well back. The speed is there. The leader has not yet been able to get by Nicholas Monteiro. That's a great thing for this young driver out of Brazil. There's De Alba. Okay, let's have a look at this again. This time by. Let's have a look at the lap times. 21.6 for De Alba. Okay, lap 47, 21.5. Monteiro 21.5. Monteiro quicker than the leader. Quicker than everybody. In fact, Monteiro may have had the fastest lap last time by at one point. Now he backed, yeah, where is he this time? Yeah, 51.504. That last lap, he was the fastest driver on the racetrack, Nicholas Monteiro. I love it, P15. He gets by Bajoy Garg. Now he's set out to try to reel in Risu Shijima. 4 seconds back. Everybody getting a good feel here, setting into a nice pace midway through. Past the past the halfway point, 49 laps down. 40 laps to go next time by. Salvador de Alba was aggressive at the start. Was able to get a good run down the bottom. Worked his way around Jack William Miller, pushed hard. Had some help from Grand Force and Pete C to really get in there and elbows up. And has maintained this kind of half a second lead, working his way through lap traffic. Laps ticking away. Rather 21 6s, 21 7s. D'Orlando 21-4. Michael D'Orlando still putting down really good laps. Couple of tenths of a second. 3.5 back from the leader, 1.6 from Pizzi. Still what? 38 laps to go. I don't want to count out D'Orlando, but there's Pizzi and the TJ Speed Machine. He's had a good season as well. It's been great having Francesco here. Such a great character, a lot of charisma. Young driver out of Italy. It's been a good season too, really consistent. Only one podium, third in round number 1 at Sebring, but every race top 11, but top 7 in 5 of the 6 races. This guy is impressive. A win is just around the corner for Francesco Pizzi. I'm going to say that right now. Out of Rome, Italy, Ville Mercede, Shaka Spirit, Roscioli Hotels, number 55. Miles Rowe trying to reel in D'Orlando last time by. Rowe, he and Rowe both 21 6s. Looks like he's closing a little bit. D'Orlando trying to see if he can't reel in Pizzi. Pizzi strong. Gap still just over half a second. Salvador de Alba knocking it out. There is Miles Rowe. He is your point leader coming in. 39 points up. Had a big run of races. Won 3 in a row. Third in the opening round at St. Petersburg for Miles Rowe. Then went on a win streak. Won the second race at St. Pete. Dominated the action at Sebring. 10th and 5th at Indianapolis. Did not have a great Indianapolis road course weekend. Grand Force less than a second behind Jack William Miller. He would love to get up to P2 again. Grand Force trying to get himself back in the championship discussion, right? P4 coming in, but just 3 points behind Pizzi and 5 points behind Porto. A second place run, even as they run right now. Let me grab my points possibility chart here and have a look at what we could potentially get here. Grand Force in third brings them to 128 points. Porto currently running in 11th. Yeah, that's definitely going to move Grand Force. This could get him up into second. Because Pizzi's running 4th. Yeah, as they run, yeah, as they finish here, Grand Force, if they finish the way they are right now, Grand Force would go to second in points. And he'd make up some ground on Miles Rowe as well. Remember, 1.5 points, but Pizzi's going to work. These drivers separated by just 3 points in the championship fight right now. Grand Force and Pizzi. Sweden versus Italy. And they're going to roll back up here again on Lindsey Brewer. They've had a chance to get a feel for lap traffic now. Big dive down to the bottom. Nice move there. That was well timed for Grand Force because Pizzi wasn't close enough. And he's got to pinch the bottom. Wow. It's really remarkable to me sometimes when you see how quickly these drivers will learn, right? This is really their second opportunity to pass and lap some of the slower cars. And to do it like that, to make that lunge, knowing that you're going to be able to pin the driver behind you further back. And this is, again, look at Grand Force, how close he is to Jack William Miller now. Race number 2 in Indianapolis, the last event on the season, just a little over a week ago, was exclusive Autosport 1-2 Grand Force over De Alba at Indianapolis. Can Grand Force make it another 1-2 here? He's going to go to the inside of Miller. Lap starting to wind down, and he does. He's to the bottom of the racetrack, and they've got a lap car there. He's going to hold him up. What a pass for Grand Force. Book it. He's through to second. One of those metallic raspberry Corpay colors, the team sponsor for exclusive. Grand Force, quick learner. Can he reel in De Alba? Oh, we got ourselves an inter-team battle now. Miller goes back to third, and here comes Pizzi. Yeah, you wonder if Miller potentially burned the tires off. Here comes Pizzi. Miller running third, Pizzi in fourth, Rowe up to fifth. Rowe was able to get by D. Orlando. So Miles Rowe to P5. Damage control. Oh, mid-cool. Exit wiggle. When you got wheel in it and you just lose the rear a bit, these quick hands keep these drivers out of the wall. Pizzi wants P3. He wants the podium. Well, look out, here comes Miles Rowe. He's coming. Miles Rowe's on a tear right now. And Jordan Missing up tonight. I want to shout out to Jordan Missing and Yuvan Sundaramurthy. Missing from 18th to 9th. What a drive for Jordan. But this is a fight for the lead right now, folks. This is De Alba and Grand Force. 23 laps to go. They're finally going to see if they can't get by Monteiro. Grand Force right there on his teammate. Little wiggle. Again, correction coming out of 4 for De Alba. Monteiro's been on the lead lap still, has not given it up. He's running 14th. This time to the bottom. Here comes De Alba. He's going to make a lunge on him this time. And we'll dive it into the corner. And good for Monteiro. Oh, Monteiro. Almost. Grand Force thought about trying the bottom. And thought better of it. Wise. More lap cars to come. Jackson Lee will be next. He's running in 13th. De Alba, Grand Force, Miller, Pizzi, Rowe. Top 5. D. Orlando 6th, Brown 7th, Weir 8th, Missing 9th, and Sundaramurthy 10th. And we may have ourselves a battle for the lead. De Alba goes to the inside on Jackson Lee. And he's going to clear him coming out of the corner. That's a time when there's a lap car, when the guy goes by you just want to breathe the throttle a little bit. Give him that room. There's no sense in potentially causing an incident. If he's by you and he's going to clear you, breathe a little bit, let it happen. You're better to bring it home where you are. There's the gap between first and second, about 4/10. Grand Force got close. You wonder whether De Alba maybe had a little bit left in the tank, but he's done a good job with lap traffic. 19 to go. He'll get a big run down the straightaway. And able to clear the Jay Howard car quickly. Ushijima, I believe. Yeah, it's been a good run for Miles Rowe as well. Even though he started 5th, he went back to, I want to say 8th at one point, potentially 7th or 8th. He has battled his way back forward. Pizzi's going to get to the inside now. This is that battle for 3rd. Final spot of the podium. Jack William Miller wants to keep it on the podium. But Pizzi's shown aggression, controlled aggression, albeit. Again, like I said, I'm just always so impressed with how these drivers pick up this unique discipline. A tight oval like this. Lead now down to less than 4/10, just a little less than 4/10 as Grand Force again trying to close back up. It's all about timing out the lap traffic. I think both these drivers, they look to me like they're very similar in terms of pace. It's just handling the lap traffic perfectly now. 15 laps to go next time by. 75 in the books of the Freedom 90. Cooper Tires, of course, the presenting sponsor. Again, all these drivers racing to try to win that scholarship, that Discount Tire Driver Advancement Scholarship Program. $664,500 a scholarship to move to Indy next in 2024. De Alba putting a good lap in there. Again, open racetrack for these drivers right now. In fact, let me have a quick look. Jace Denmark diving to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to get out of the way. Denmark now running, I believe. Oh, he's at the very tail. There's been an issue with Jace Denmark. He's been in pit lane and back. Didn't see what happened, but he's about 15 laps back. So I think Jace Denmark made a pit and came back out. This is his fight for P3. Look at Pizzi. Oh, you know, they're on the throttle so early. You're off the throttle, right back on it. And as you're still at that throttle pin, and the car's just, as you got wheel in it, it wants to get away from you. And Pizzi's been very good at managing that so far. Jack William Miller coming up again here. Got to make that move on Lindsay Brewer. Has been very strong. She's just been good keeping that line. 10 laps to go this time by for De Alba and Grand Force. They're trying to go back-to-back exclusive Autosport 1-2s. That would be big time for that team who won the championship last year with Louis Foster. Pizzi trying to rebound. Yellow flag. We got a yellow. Quick look around the racetrack, and I believe that might have been Christian Weir spinning, and he has made contact with the wall. Yeah, you can see the tire marks here. 10 laps to go, and I wonder if this could could potentially end this race. This yellow could end the race under yellow because Christian Weir in the 32 has walled it. And with left rear damage like that, possibility that he got into the corner and did the 360. To see the left rear damage like that, you have to think he got into the corner, lost the rear, spun it back around, and likely backed it in on that left side. AMR USF Pro Championships safety team there, talking to Christian right now, make sure he's okay. The rain light's still on, so I don't think it looked to me like a left rear diagonal impact. And again, the drivers are going to work around here now, and this could be a possibility of ending under yellow. I just don't know that they're going to be able to get, especially because Christian's not quite out of the car yet. They're still having a quick chat with him. And, they're probably maybe taking a little more time. Christian actually, a couple of years ago, running an F4 car at the Circuit of the Americas when they had those big sausage curbs up. The sausage curbs which drew the ire of the Formula One drivers after seeing what happened to a couple of the F4 drivers. Christian was one of the drivers who went hard over top of that sausage curb, and the impact coming back down actually damaged his back quite a bit. Had to wear a back brace for quite a bit of time. So you're always worried potentially of that happening again. They'll get the head surround off him and get in there and potentially get him out. So again, you got to think he may be complaining a bit of the back with that contact. But yeah, laps ticking away, 8 to go. Crew taking their time with Christian Weir. And again, just kind of reiterating the past history of the injury that he had. Hopefully we'll be able to get him out of the car and nothing will be too bad. Helmet's already up, great sign, and here he comes, yeah. Folks, he's getting out of the car. Please, yeah, a round of applause for Christian Weir. Hard hitting the wall, coming out of 4, but able to get out of the car and take a breather. And listen, we've all had that hit playing sports where you've got the wind knocked out of you. Think about backing the wall in when you're cruising around that corner, probably about 100 and maybe 105 mile an hour, and you end up backing it in like that. So yellow flag of course, full course around the racetrack, 83 laps in. And I'll tell you, if we're able to go back to one green flag lap, it'll be because of this AMR safety crew. They are the best in the business. I just don't know, because Christian Weir's not running over the... Yeah, they're actually going to bring the stretcher out for him. I would not be surprised if they get a neck brace or the backboard on him, just to make sure. Weir for TJ Speed was having a pretty good run as well. Top, I want to say he was running, I think, 8th. It was a good run for Christian. And I'll tell you, another driver, I mentioned Nicholas Montero showing a lot of improvement from the start of the season. Even though we're just, again, our 4th event of the year, you just see the drivers pick up so much. Christian's one of those drivers as well who really has, running with TJ Speed, Tim Neff's team, teammate Francesco Pizzi, really has started picking things up. We've been seeing him top 10 everywhere we've gone. We're going to cross our fingers he's going to be all right. Yeah, you can see him talking. That's good. And again, as we all know, folks, anytime you complain of a back injury, you just give that a little extra, right? We want him. You got to watch that. We obviously got word as well that Stephen Wilson, who had the incident at the Speedway, if you watch social media, had his surgery done and is on the mend, which is great news for that tremendous driver and gentleman. Well, the tow truck's coming in, and we'll get this thing up. I did see a bit of speedy dry being used to potentially clean up again a rear impact like that through the, into the gearbox. Good opportunity for some gearbox oil to get out of that gearbox as well. This race, man, I'll tell you. Salvador de Alba, aggressive at the start. Then the passing, Joel Granforce getting by Pizzi, and then Miller, and then Miles Rowe coming forward. D'Orlando was a star early on. Jordan Missig, man. 8th spot now for Jordan, bumping up a position with Christian's incident here. He started 18th, folks. One of the things they say a lot about this racetrack when it comes to our race cars, it is hard to pass. Everybody knows how tough it is to pass. Jordan from 18th to 8th could be the driver of the day. Yeah, folks, I'll tell you this. I'm not feeling like we're going back to green flag racing. There's just work to be done here still. You never know. But we continue to circulate under the yellow. And unlike USAC, we do count our yellow flag laps. So the car's leaving. The ambulance containing Christian Weir will head into the infield. AMR IndyCar safety crew having a look at the racetrack itself. They'll come back here to put lap number 88 in the books. I guess we could have a one-lap dash. That's a possibility. So hold on. Do we get one more? I don't know. We'd have to go green next time by, and no, the AMR safety crew is still out there. I just don't think they're going to be able to get off the racetrack quick enough for that pace car to dive in. They're trying. The pace car is slowing up. It'll be lap number 89 coming around. We may. Yeah, I think we're going to be able to go green. Let's see. No, pace car lights are still on. We came up, I think, just short from potentially getting a one lap dash, because lap number 89 is going to go in the books next time by. Incident obviously cleared. White flag flying. And ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a winner. Salvador de Alba is going to win the Freedom 90. Exclusive Autosport back-to-back Jacks in the Freedom 90 and another 1-2. Joel Gramforce in second. And I guarantee you that team will be pumped down there as well. Checker flag will be thrown this time by for Salvador de Alba. In fact, for him as well, back-to-back oval wins in this category. One last year at Worldwide Technology Raceway. And he will win here at IRP as well. So many great storylines through this race. I'll tell you, the AMR crew did the best they could to see if they could give us a single lap dash. But they do not, and the Mexican driver, Salvador de Alba, wins. The team out to the wall to cheer him on. Exclusive Autosport 1-2 with Salvador de Alba and Joel Gramforce. Salvador, impressive early. Joel did the work for the remainder of the race. Whew. Jack William Miller holding on to the podium. The pressure from Francesco Pizzi was intense, but Jack William Miller will be on the podium in third. Francesco Pizzi in the fourth spot. Miles Rowe ends up fifth. Sixth, Michael D'Orlando, seventh, as the Exclusive Autosport crew celebrating. Got a couple guys down there, I think, celebrating birthdays as well. A couple of the crew guys having their birthdays today. Well, that's a big one for De Alba, man. He needed that victory. This is really gonna shake things up in the points, although a good run for Miles Rowe to P5. Let's put it that way. Miles Rowe started fifth, ended up fifth, went back and got himself back forward. That's big for him. Drivers will work their way in here. Three of them are going to stop right essentially at the start-finish line. Yeah, De Alba, he's pumped. Team owner Michael Duncalf right there. Back-to-back wins for the team. Gramforce a couple of weeks ago, De Alba this time. If you're a IndyCar Champ Car fan, Michel Jourdain, the mentor and spotter for Salvador de Alba. Jourdain, of course, a well-respected driver, ton of talent in his own right. A lot of great success for Jourdain, working with this young Mexican talent that could be the next Mexican star in the NTT IndyCar Series as well. Yeah, look at de Alba. See that little fist bump, that little, I just thought, yeah, I needed that. This is when it always soaks in, right? Engineer Bud Wilkinson. Give him a shout out. Give you a full-filled rundown while these drivers get weighed again. Salvador de Alba with the win. Joel Gramforce in second. Jack William Miller third. That's your podium. Francesco Pizzi and Miles Rowe capping off the top five. Michael D'Orlando ends up in sixth. Seventh, Jonathan Brown. Eighth, Jordan Missig. From 18th to 8th for Jordan. What a drive. Yuven Sooner-Amurthy great as well. 15th up into 9th. Sixth position improvement for Yuven. Kiko Porto in 10th spot. Risu Shijima soldiered on. Did a great job. He ends up in 11th. Jackson Lee 12th. Nicholas Monteiro. What a great drive for him. Monteiro kept fighting. Not to the very end did he go down a lap. Great job for the Neotech pilot. He ends up 13th. Bajoygaard 14th. Ricardo Escoto in 15th. Lindsey Brewer 16th spot. Christian Weir, of course, out, and as was Jace Denmark. Denmark had an issue, ends up being 15 laps down. I believe finished the race, but had to pit for some kind of a repair. There's the team down there enjoying themselves. That is, of course, Salvador de Alba and Joel Gramforce and team owner Michael Duncalf. Again, back-to-back P1, P2s. Sweep of first and second. They did it on the road course at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and they go P1 and P2 here on this fantastic oval, the legendary Indianapolis Raceway Park. Get that podium in here so we can have some fun. 10:30, not too bad. A lot of racing on the docket throughout the day. Hope you enjoyed the Hoosier 100. The midgets put on a show for sure. And these USF Pro Championship drivers. Just one yellow flag each race. One for mechanical in USF 2000, and we got close to doing the entire race in the pros, but again, that's a little yellow there for Christian Weir. Looped it, 360'd into the wall, left rear damage, and we're hoping, of course, to hear the best news from Christian that his back is going to be okay. Obviously a hit. The AMR safety crew taking full precautions to make sure he was okay. Getting things dialed in here now as we wrap it up. USF Pro Championships program back next weekend for the USF Juniors, the very first rung of this ladder system. They run at Virginia International Raceway next weekend. 3 weeks' time, USF 2000 and USF Pro 2000 back on track at the legendary Road America, the iconic facility, America's National Park of Speed in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. These cars really get to stretch their legs at that racetrack. Always a good show. Event still coming in Toronto, Mid-Ohio. Circuit of the Americas for the Pro 2000 drivers, and the finale for USF 2000 and Pro 2000 Labor Day weekend at Portland International Raceway in the Pacific Northwest. Just getting the final touches done on the podium. We'll cap things off here. Again, those of you who have tuned into the broadcast, thrilled to have you with us. How about this international podium, too? Mexico, Sweden, and America. Jack William Miller, great job for him. We've had some great racing at this particular facility over the last couple of decades. But I'll tell you, tonight was really solid. A bunch of great one-on-one races all the way through the field. Lap cars did a good job staying out of trouble. Okay, just the one incident with Christian Weir in terms of an actual wreck itself. Waiting for the call to fire up from down on pit lane. We'll get things rolling. Again, all three of these drivers ready to get up on the podium to get things underway. Salvador de Alba, big victory for him, as we said, miles row P5, but everybody kind of up front there able to gain a little bit of a point on him, which is crucial, I think, when you think about the long-term run for the championship at Portland. $664,000 up for grabs for the champion. Yeah, you're going to be fighting for every point you possibly can. Celebrations, of course, already underway on the other side there. We haven't got them even up on the podium yet. And the crews are there having some fun. All right, folks, I think we're ready. Down on pit lane here for the victory celebrations. Let's start with the driver, folks. Coming home in third spot. He's an Indiana boy. Put your hands together for Jack William Miller, P3. Finishing in second, winner a couple of weeks ago at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He's a winner, or a second place finisher here at IRP. Great run for Exclusive Autosport. Joel Grandforce coming home second. And we're going to see the Mexican flag fly when this thing's all said and done. The driver taking the lead from the start and then going all the way to the end. First win of the season from Exclusive Autosport. The winner, Salvador de Alba. Three very talented race car drivers, all with a focus of trying to get to the Indy Next program in 2024. Again, you always say this. These are the drivers you're going to see in the Indianapolis 500 in the next number of years. And again, thrilled to see it happen. Again, the drivers you see in the 500, Kirkwood, DeFrancesco, Daly, Newgarden, Malukas, Stingray Robb, all part of this program. Marinas VK. Man, we had some great racing, did we not? Every time we come to Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park, we are lining ourselves up for some heated battles. We had an oval clinic on Thursday morning where we had some distinguished guests talk to these drivers about the way to race here, some of the intricacies of running an oval like this, because they've never done it before, and maybe only in testing and on the simulator. But a lot of the stuff that was discussed at that oval clinic by some esteemed guests on that panel, I could really see it happen on the racetrack here, and I'm really happy with that. This was about everything we could ask for. We're hoping, of course, that Christian Weir's going to be okay after that incident. Shaken up for sure from the contact in turn number 4. But these drivers put on a show, no doubt about it. Here comes that victory champagne, and they're going to deserve that. And again, folks, here we go. Time to have some fun. Guys, grab that champagne, grip it and rip it. The champagne will fly. And again, Salvador De Alba with the victory. He's going after his teammate. This guy knows how to. He's sprayed some champagne before. They always say if you're on the podium, act like you've been there before. De Alba ends up with the win. Joel Grandforce in second, and Jack William Miller holding on to a P3 podium spot. Great job for the Carmel, Indiana driver. But that's going to wrap things up here, folks, from the Carb Night Classic. Thank you so much for being here throughout the evening, and thank you for those of you who are tuning into the broadcast. Great to have you guys with us along for the ride, because this was a fantastic night. The weather was absolutely perfect over a couple of days. None of the rain that had plagued us over the last couple of events. This was just good racing, flat, plain and simple. Awesome job for the drivers of the USF Pro Championships. On behalf of everybody that was in the broadcast booth with USAC Racing this evening, of course, the legendary Pat Sullivan, of course, as well. I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you so much, folks, and all the good folks from the Indianapolis Raceway Park. Thank you for your hospitality. Awesome night, folks. Thank you so much for being part of the Carb Night Classic. My name is Rob Howden. Bye for now.